And I used to shake my fist at the sky. I used to say, if there's a God up there, I hate your guts. Because I didn't know if there was a God, but I blamed somebody. I didn't blame God. I said, because in my pain, I would cry out, if there's a God, help me, help me. But I wasn't open for help. I just, help me, do something. And I'll never forget that, back in 1975, shaking my fist at the sky. And I think back now, and I hear God say, look, son, I was trying to reach down. I was trying to help you, but you're like one of those little Chihuahua dogs. I tried to touch you and you want to bite me. That's all. And I was just so angry. So it was 2 years later, 77, I was in Sydney, Australia. And my best friend, his name's Tony. He's from Thessalonica. He's a Greek guy. So he was pushing heroin, and he had a high-class prostitute working for him at the Cross, and she would bring between $800 to $600 a night. That was back in the 70s. He also, just a terrible man, but my best friend. He kept taking acid and giving it to me, and we would go on drug deals, and I was his minder. So I would be there to protect him, and he would reward me with drugs and parties and hire cars. And slowly, though, this guy, he started going crazy, literally crazy. One day, he tried to strangle his prostitute, tried to kill her. He's driving the car, and he just stopped the car on the main street, climbed in the back, he's strangling her. So I had to pull him off and slap him out of it, and he's frothing at the mouth. I said, what's wrong with you, mate? And he just couldn't talk properly. And so little by little, over the months or weeks, he started spiraling out of control until one day I knocked on his door. He lived in Vaucluse in Sydney, which is a posh suburb. He lived in a house that looked like Disneyland. It was all lit up at night. It was amazing. So I went to visit him one day, and he's gone. The furniture's gone. So I assumed he got busted and he's in jail. I tracked him down about a month later, and he was living in the Cross in a little flat, him, his prostitute, and his wife. And when I finally opened the door, he invited me in. I had a big bottle of Jim Beam and a big bag of marijuana in one hand. I says, at last, let's party. Where have you been, my friend? He said, we don't need that anymore, Norm. We found Jesus. That's what he said. And I thought he was joking. I said, yeah. Come, let's party. And he said, no. He said, I found Jesus. And he said, I went mad. And he said, it was because of the lifestyle. And I'm never going back to that. He said, Jesus is real. I called on his name, and he put my mind back. He said, I'm never going back. He said, I don't want that. And his wife said, I've never seen Tony so happy in my life. So she turned to Jesus, and the prostitute, she says, I found Jesus too. So the whole three of them sitting there beaming. And I thought, wow, what are you on? I want what you've got. I didn't know it was Jesus. I thought it was the drug they were on. So he told me Jesus is real, Norm. And because he's my mate, he's my best friend, he would never lie to me. I'd never lie to him. I knew, he must be real. Because no one could change my friend.
Faith and patience. Faith and patience. Patience means allow it to happen. Stay the same. Stay persistent. Keep going. Faith, know that it can happen at any moment. Get excited because it can happen at any moment. You were so close. Don't quit now. Keep pushing. You got this.